Hey, this is WTii and welcome to my playthrough of Act 1 on Inferno difficulty with the Demon Hunter. Now, before you do anything, if you haven't already, I urge you to watch my video, which is a guide on how to get through Act 1. That will explain everything that's going to happen in this video in regards to the spec, the skills, the gear that I have, the way I do things, the strategy I employ. Everything will be covered in that video, so I don't want any comments on this video saying, why did you do that? Why did you do that? If you watch that video, then you will see it. And in order to watch that video, you're going to want to search for it or click on one of the links. So if you're going to look for it, then type in Diablo 3 How to Act 1 Inferno Guide, Demon Hunter WTii. If you're too lazy to do that, then you can probably just click on one of the links that is going to be on my video or in the video description. So watch that guide first, if you haven't already, and then come back to this playthrough. So we're going to make sure that we are on Inferno difficulty, and I'm going to start right from the start with Begin Quest. And there is my Demon Hunter. So far so good. Now this guide is going to be essentially a quick, safe run through of Act 1. I'm not going to worry about going into every single little cellar or anything else like that. I'm just going to get on with what you need to do in order to complete Act 1. And that involves killing the zombies at the start. We can't avoid that. You can't just go straight into town. Everyone has to kill these zombies. I'm sorry, but that's got to be done. That's all part of it. So, once these die, you're going to press V, which should be your hotkey or something similar, to skip in the dialogue that comes out from these NPCs, because you don't really want to listen to it after you've already heard it for like the 5th time. Then go into the Slaughtered Calf Inn, talk to Leah, skip through her shizzle, and then start never tentacling the hell out of all those mobs that are about to spawn. Skip dialogue, talk to Leah. I know a lot of this seems very straightforward and I'm pointing it out. I'm doing that pretty much because I'm treating this much in the same sense that I treat my Warcraft 3 videos that I upload. Some of you might have seen them. You're like, what are these Warcraft 3 videos? I originally done a lot of Warcraft 3 videos, and I'm going to continue to do Warcraft 3 videos because I love doing them. So hopefully you like those as well, but I'm also obviously going to focus on Diablo 3 just as much. So in those videos I'm simply playing through the game, but on a multiplayer level, where I'm actually competing against other players and chatting as I do it. So I'm just generally saying what I'm doing as I'm doing it because it helps me to do it. So I'm going to be following the same method in this video too. Ooh, he almost got too close. Don't get too cocky. Remember, these Inferno mobs will one-shot you, so play it safe, play it cool.
Almost done.
You really need to keep a vigilant eye on the screen because it's very dark in Diablo 3. So you don't want to get hit by anything that you've only just seen in the last split second that was standing next to you the whole time, and oh no, you're dead and you have to start all over again. Not quite all over again because this isn't hardcore, although you could use this guide for hardcore, but if you were going to do hardcore, I suggest you kill everything just to be safe. I'm not going to be killing everything. I'm going to be focusing on the quests. So this is the first original start quest, and there you go. I'm not even worried about the items so much because I've got the items set up that I want for this level. It's very, very similar to what I had the very first time I did Inferno, which is how I wanted it because I wanted to treat this as fairly as possible. So it's a accurate representation of what someone's experience would be like going through Act 1 on Inferno for the very first time. Except now I have the experience. I have a very similar set of gear, but I have a better set of skills and a much better set of experience when it comes to dealing with a lot of these mobs.
Thank you for your help.
So we're going to just skip through the dialogue as usual. We don't need to hear any of that. You've probably already done it several times if you're already up to this stage. So I doubt you really want to hear all of this as well. And if you do, then go back and play it, I suppose, because you're not going to hear it on this video.
Look, a hidden
Your mother
Set up some traps here.
I said she was a witch, but I never believed it.
Very close. If not, just smoke screen in that situation and get out and then finish him off.
Here's the key.
What I will do, actually, I will mention, is some things I'll pick up, but I'm not necessarily going to use them. If they're better than what I've currently got, then I will choose to use them, simply because that is what you would do in the same situation. This is going to be treated as though this is done for the first time. If I find an improvement on my gear, well, what am I going to do? Of course I'm going to equip it. But it's probably very unlikely any of this stuff is going to beat the gear that I have. And this gear was incredibly inexpensive. If you watch the guide, which you should have done, and if you haven't already, go watch it now. Then basically you will see that all of this gear that I've got on, including the gear on the Templar,
Cathedral
came to under 85,000 gold, which you should definitely have. Because on my video, I've actually looked back at my video when I was playing through Inferno for the first time, and I had just over 100,000 gold, and that was already after spending a lot of money on bank space with your stash and all that sort of stuff, leveling up the blacksmith. So you should at least have 100,000 gold by this point, unless you've been incredibly reckless with your money. So that was a nasty mob, a bit of the old jailer and mortar and waller. Very tricky indeed, so we're going to make sure we've got enough discipline to deal with this and get back as necessary. Remember, the majority of the fighting time you want to do as a demon hunter is pretty much at maximum range. This is very horrible.
My quarry must be near.
And that's why you pick Hunger and Arrow as well. Because... oh, I better make sure these mobs are dead before I show what I mean. Can't take too many risks. There we go, they're all dead now. That was a bit tricky. Now, your general strategy style, again, this is going to be on the other video, is to clear as much space as possible so that when you do come across any difficult mobs that you can't or don't want to skip past, then you have enough kiting room. So you need a nice straight line at least, if not more. You don't want to come across any other mobs whilst you're already trying to kill these difficult mobs on the way. So you need as much space as possible. Now we want to get to the part where we can find out where Deckard Cain is. And that's going to require a lot of random searching. None of this is going to be the same. Oh, looks like I got a bit lucky this time. Generally, it always seems to be top right for this act, or at least on Act 3, I think it is. You want to generally aim for top right, but I'll find out when I come round to that point. So we can skip past this cutscene. But what I was saying before is just Hunger and Arrow basically seeks out your enemies quite nicely. Get yourself some distance from the mobs. Remember to basically spam out a whole ton of nether tentacles, because one, they're really cheap, and if you had the bat companion out, which you should do, then you're really going to have a lot and a lot and a lot of hatred to spend. So you're better off using it on nether tentacles than devouring arrow from the hungering arrow. Even though the damage is very good. Nether tentacles is obviously better, and on bigger mobs you're going to have more chance to hit them, because the nether tentacles move slowly through them and have a chance to hit the mobs with a larger space. I can't think of the word exactly for it, but a bigger bulk is the word I'm going to use. It's not really the right phrase, but the larger monsters basically are going to be able to get hit by nether tentacles more than one time. Now, if you did struggle to buy rings, or, well, just rings at least for this Act 1, then you might want to go to this merchant here, and you might get lucky and find some decent rings. Essentially, all you want as a demon hunter is dexterity and attack speed on your rings. That's all you want. If you can get any more, then why not? But those are the main stats you're after: attack speed, attack speed, attack speed, and of course a little bit of dexterity. So you can obviously go back and forth into the act, always constantly trying to find out whether that merchant is hoarding any good rings for you to buy, but generally you'll just have to end up buying them off the auction house, unless you've already got a decent set of gear.
My love.
We can stack traps as well. That's going to do lots of damage, but you can only really have 5 at the same time by the seams of it.
That is why
And look how quickly she goes down. Pretty much insta-gibbs.
I couldn't have found his tomb in a cemetery in the
So at this point you're going to be going towards the northwest gate, and then as soon as you get there you're going to go straight up north towards the cemetery of the Forsaken, because you don't really need to bother with any of the mobs in this area.
There's a big pack coming this time. Stand your ground. That's the last of them. The bridge is clear.
Unless I see any really special gear, I'm just going to fender it all. Obviously be careful when you're going down this road, and clear whatever you can on the way. If you feel confident enough to just run straight to the top, then you're more than welcome to do so, but obviously at your own risk. Now I assume I'm going to die at some point in this guide because of just flat out talking whilst I'm doing things. I'm only human, I will make mistakes. I'd be surprised if I don't die, put it that way. But I'm gonna play a little risky and make my way straight to the top, because whilst you can kill all these mobs, it's not that necessary. Only if you really want to punish the undead. I might go this way round instead if they're all going to gang up on me like that. Fine, be like that.
This will be rough.
Now, the next area you're after could be in any one of these defiled crypts, and there's 3 of them in total, so you could get lucky and get it on your first try, or you might have to search through every single one of the crypts before you find where you want to go. We'll just have to see. Fortune Shrine, not really the best one I'm after. I'm after Frenzied or something like that that can help me get through the zone, because the best drops you're going to get are obviously towards the end of this act, and possibly from Butcher, or just farming Nephilim fallow runs. So you want to kill lots and lots of special elites, like rare mobs and unique packs and stuff like that. I'm actually just going to close my curtains because it is so damn dark. I really don't want to get killed. Oh, very fortunate. First time round I've come across Defiled Crypt level 2.
Pomp and grandeur for
If you don't find it the first time, you simply come across some sort of little beacon thing that you click on, and it takes you back outside the entrance of the instance, or rather the Defiled Crypt. So you can search another Defiled Crypt until you come across this Defiled Crypt level 2. Now, straight away here, you're going to spam down your traps, and then he's going to come out and you're going to spam your Nether Tentacles on him, and he's probably going to die before he can even get one attack animation off, by the looks of it. So have a quick look at the gear. I'm almost tempted to just chuck it on the floor, but I will sell it straight away, because this is going to be a guide that you would treat as yourself. So I'm imagining that I'm playing as you, put it that way, but with a bit more recklessness. Unless you're more reckless than me. Are you more reckless than me? Is it possible? Maybe. Okay, so as soon as you activate this item, some guy is going to come out and he's going to be like, oh wow, why are you trying to get the Skeleton King back? And you're like, well, you know, got to do it so I can kill him again. It makes sense, right?
No,
so obviously this guy's got to
allow
die
you to bring
because he
that
doesn't like you
monster
doing
Leoric
that.
back to this world.
Well, There it is. Apparently he has a ranged attack. It's been a while since I've done this act, but I wanted to do it fresh and new, so my experiences are your experiences, so if that includes dying, then so be it. Luckily I don't have far to travel, but that's a bit nasty. You're gonna have to be ready to use a lot of smoke screen in order to survive this, what with the 5000 HP.
My hatred
Come
is
on,
too
die. There we go. You can't abuse smokescreen like you used to back in the day, when it used to last forever. It lasts a very short amount of time now. So, good luck surviving ranged instant hits like that, which is what he appeared to do. Now, once he's dead, you put the thing back on the pedestal, you go get it, it's basically the crown, and you teleport back to town, and you go talk to Hadrig, and then you ask out of his dialogue. He's going to be busy beaving her away, so during this time, any time that you got to spare, make sure you repair and sell everything. Now, you can always salvage this, but I generally don't salvage stuff unless it's probably Act 3 or Act 4 on Inferno, because that way I'm going to get guaranteed decent salvage items. Otherwise you can always auction house it, but my auction house is full and I've still got lots more items to sell, so that pretty much just leaves me the option of selling everything to the vendor. Not ideal, but it just saves me the time and hassle of even having to bother trying to find a place for those items. So we're going to move on into Cathedral level 2, where there's going to be lots and lots of more zombies and undead creatures and such, which is fairly good because they're slow moving and there's a lot of areas. This is where you would come across the Templar, by the way, by the looks of it. The Will of a Templar. But obviously, I've already got him activated, so that quest isn't available. Oh, look, we've got a treasure goblin here, so you want to be careful of any mobs that are coming down whilst you're trying to kill him. But you can also focus on killing him at the same time. So we're going to move over here safely and try and trap him if we can. And then kill him. Obviously, some of this stuff might be good for you. Probably not for me. Let's have a look. Is it the best gear in the world? No. No. I've pretty much got used to looking at a lot of gear now. There's some special mobs over here. And you got to be really careful because I can't even see them. So move out a little bit, make sure you got some traps down. You can fire your hungering arrows in this direction because they will follow the mobs. They'll go round and hunt down your mobs. Oh look, great, it's more Waller, Frost and Mortar. Wow. Now most of the time that's not worth bothering with, but since I've got them there and I can bring them out into a more open area, I'm gonna kill them. So one arrow up there should hopefully aggravate them. If it doesn't, then slowly shoot up there. Oh, it does. Get all the way back and start spamming your nether tentacles. Oh look, that's a lot easier this time round, isn't it? Because I've actually got some room to move to. It's basically the curse of the Demon Hunter, is essentially in small spaces you are pretty screwed. And if they're molten as well, or any molten ability like that, then basically you're going to want to pay attention. That's why I really shouldn't talk whilst I'm doing this. Right, yes, as I was saying before I was really interrupted by Mr. Skeleton, Wall of Frozen, molten thing over there, that his mortar ability, sorry, his molten ability, let me just kill him so I can actually say what I'm trying to say here. There we go. Oh wow, 3 rares, that's very unlikely, but worth the effort I suppose. Is, yeah, the molten, when they die, they are going to explode. So don't stand next to them. Let's have a little look, see what we got here. Nope. Not a bad bow. I mean, I would have used that potentially if I was leveling up and I had a really bad bow and I came across that. That's fireable. My DPS will drop a fair bit, but it's still not terrible. Still not terrible at all. Now, that could be possibly sold. You might treat that as an auction house, for all I know. So I'm going to put that to one side. Got to be so careful when going around these very, very dark areas, because you can't see anything. Obviously, you can put the graphics up, but I don't wish to do that, or the calibration of the colour scheme. I'd rather not, if I can help it. Now, where do we want to head? Either straight up. I feel like straight up, and I called that right because as soon as I started going straight up, you get this little bit on your mini-map, and it shows you after I've killed all these mobs and I'm in a safe position to bloody show it, because I can't really afford to get hit by anything once. I haven't got that luxury. Just one hit from anything is going to kill you, and it's going to kill me because we're essentially going to have a very similar gear setup if you are following this guide correctly. Sure, you might die, but as long as it's not hardcore, it doesn't matter that much, because you'll always come back. Now, we know we need to go there, which isn't very far at all. In fact, it's just round here. Cathedral level 3. So let's move up. Oh, no, I was wrong. It's a very similar layout to the start of the dungeon, except this is where you come across the Templar. Right.
Ave magistros. Ave registros. Ave...
Your magic is weakened.
As you can see, my hatred levels are ridiculous. It's really hard to actually lose hatred. Spamming Never Tentacles.
Who are you?
Always make sure you got your bat
Tell
out.
me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I must kill the skeleton king.
Then our aims align. Why have you come here, brother? One of the cultists dragged me past.
Careful of things hiding behind the pillar that you can't see as well, because they will one-shot you. Just like everything else. Can't see because of the damn pillar. And oh yay, it's more mortars. Mortars are essentially one of the most imbalanced of all the sort of affixes that you can have on a rare mob. If they're not chasing after you, oh they are. You could just go and find out. Oh great, it's Waller again. What on earth is this? Why am I getting the same affix every time? Got to be real careful here because I've got very few places to run back to. And Templar needs to start tanking, don't you, Mr. Templar? Oh, I'm pretty sure I did my smoke screen there, but never mind, because he's spawned right near the instance, and what does that mean? You can come straight back and kill him. You don't have to travel too far. Bit of the old smoke screen, bit of the old dodge from him, bit of the old skeletons at the back, bit of the old wall, bit more smoke screen, bit moving into him. Careful that he doesn't explode. Move to the side, pick up the loot. Job done. That could be useful for another class, particularly a tank class. And no one wants that. No one. I must admit it is quite frightening playing with 5,700 health. But I'm afraid it's pretty much how you have to play Demon Hunter. You can of course go a tank spec, but you're not really meant to. Possibly to get for Act 4 it might be required, but it's not right, is it, if you have to play tank as a Demon Hunter? Something's not right if you have to do that. Use teammates. Essentially you'll be able to get through content a lot easier with teammates, in my opinion, at least on the harder difficulties. So on this level, Cathedral level 3, you are aiming for top right, basically, and that will pretty much always get you to your destination.
You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to this?
Oh, you sneaky thing. I was too slow to react there. And unfortunately because of that, now I've got one hell of a long run distance. That's the only problem with dying once you've got so far in a certain dungeon, is you've got to travel all that way back. Which is why it's kind of important to clear, at least in a straight line, to the direction you're aiming. Because that way you won't have to come across the monsters that you should have killed the first time round again. Gonna smoke screen through these areas, I just don't trust them.
I'm glad that fate has brought us together on this path.
Don't
Why is that?
be shy to use smoke screen. I shouldn't have been shy to use it there. I thought I could get away. In fact, really what the issue is I can't even remember exactly what some of the abilities that these guys are doing. And I'm finding out the hard way. Because I'm generally most of the time in Act 4 or in Whimsyshire. So it's almost like I've actually forgotten all about Act 1.
Please forgive
But
me.
don't worry,
My
we'll
thinking
explore it
today.
together.
Thank you for your aid.
And if I can get through it, then you can too. Put it that way. You've already seen me die several times, so that's pretty realistic. I imagine you've already died several times. So, I'm only human. So just remember that. If I get through this, you can too. I should be laying more traps down more frequently and attacking every now and then and moving back, but I am being quite reckless, as I mentioned. I really need to stop talking. That is getting me killed so much. If I just shut up, I wouldn't die nowhere near as much. I have this same issue with Warcraft 3. You certainly don't see any pro players constantly talking whilst they're competing. And I'm competing with some big old harvesters that seem to want to do mortar. Everything does mortar, apparently.
Do you want more?
No, I don't want more mortar. Enough. As long as you kill the one at the front or one of these, they will explode and do a lot of damage to the other ones. So that's a good strategy to try and have with
Not
these
enough
big fat
hatred.
guys. Okay, you know that they're all dead now. Good try. Good try. He almost got me there. That's why you shouldn't really check loot either when you're heading towards somewhere and auto running, because you're just going to auto run into something that's already there waiting to kill you. Generally, I always aim to move towards the top and then right on each of the levels.
I tried to
It only
counter
really
you
works
with
for a
kill,
couple of them, but
lost track.
it's the way I like to do it. Shoot a couple of times before entering for a doorway, because there's going to be mobs on the other side. Just waiting, hoping that you're as ignorant as I am. Oh, great. So when you come across the square area, it generally means that you want to have a little look
Need more
around
time.
each of the pathways available of the crossroads and go down there a little bit and then probably head back and see if you can get a pinging icon on your minimap. I don't think it's going to be that way. Could be wrong. And I'm not going to pick up certain stuff, just have that now in your head, because I'm not too fussed about it generally. So no need to mention that. I'm not picking stuff up in the comments. I don't think it's down there either. Could be wrong, but I just got a gut instinct. Just like this guy. I should have seen a pinging arrow by now, so I don't think it's that way either. Oh dear. Looks like we're going to be exploring this level for a while. Unless it's up here. Could it be? Is it? Oh, I get to pick up that Tome of Secrets after all. Almost like it was fate. No, this really doesn't look like the right way, but it's probably heading me towards the right direction.
Vengeance!
Gradually coming round here and then back down on myself. Careful of things just suddenly appearing on your screen. Oh, that's nice. Well done. Thanks for that. Hello, mobs.
I need more discipline.
Oh! Hello, ranged mobs. Yeah, I got a little bit reckless there. Too focused on putting down traps to actually deal with the ranged mobs. This does, however, give me the opportunity, and if you were in the same situation, to go a different way. Such as down here. Because I have a feeling it might be this way, and it's still heading towards the right direction. Hopefully. Got to be so careful of anything that's ranged because it will one-shot you. And little arrows that you can barely see will do a great job of killing you. The problem with having to fight as a demon hunter, I find a lot of the time, is that you need to fight from maximum distance, but because you're doing this, your demon hunter follows you. And he literally just sticks to where you are. So he will very rarely actually go and engage the mobs unless he has something like charge available. Otherwise he just stands by you even though you want him to be fighting the mobs whilst you're attacking at range. Unfortunately, unless Blizzard fix this with a patch, you're just going to have to get used to him being relatively useless a lot of the time, standing next to you and not doing much. Oh, I knew I should have smoke screened there. I really knew I should have done it. I am getting quite reckless. It's got to be here somewhere. I've got half the map visible. I really can't wait to get out of these dark areas. I think that's really another giant reason as to why I'm dying, because I'm just not seeing the missiles. Right, Mr. Skeletons.
I do not understand how evil walks in the day.
Anyone want to die this time? Make sure you go back if you need to repair, because you don't want to go much further, get in the boss and then find out you've got red gear and then your bow doesn't work anymore and you can't attack him. That's not very good. That's not very good at all. So once again, it's an opportunity to just sell everything. Again, I even sell the yellow rares because they sell for a lot, and I don't need the rubbish versions of the salvage items that they become. Hey, we got there.
Still waiting.
Got there in the end. It was here all along. Now the Royal Crypts you can run right through. But this is Inferno, so we shouldn't really be so risky. I just love to play risky. But it's not great, is it? I suppose it's fine if you don't mind dying. Now this bit you can actually run right through. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it! You're like, oh, don't do it, Witty. Don't do it. It's a big risk! There's a lot of arrows coming at me. It's a big risk. And I took the risk, and that's what happened. But I have cleared and paved the way to get over there. But the question is by doing this, will the zombies and skeletons, or really just skeletons, still be there where he would normally spawn them, because I actually went past him? We'll find out. And if they are, then all of that was for nothing. Wait for it. Oh, they are. Okay, I'm going to have to play this smart and sensibly. Even I can't resist. This is a guide on how to play smart and sensibly, and even then I can't resist and play as reckless as possible.
Just a taste.
If you like reckless, you should see my Warcraft 3 videos. I really don't do anything by the book in those videos.
Darkness awaits you.
I'm having to be so careful because I can't see anything, and one of those skeleton archer hits will kill me. What's going to shoot at me here? Is it the skeleton archers across the bridge? Maybe. Oh, wait, there's more! Get back, skeleton archer. It's terrifying playing a demon hunter. Terrifying. You're very brave to do it. That wasn't just me talking to myself, that was me talking to you as well. In case you were wondering whether I was being egotistical or not. Or trying to reassure myself through these panicking times where all I can see is a tiny little
My fate armors me against
pinion
fear.
bloody arrow coming at me and then killing me before I can even realise it's actually happening. Also, pick up the scribe lecterns if you can. Obviously one didn't drop there because I've got pretty much all of them, but they give you experience. And we can skip past this if you don't do it so fast. So we'll give him a little second to get going. Get on his way. Now you're wondering probably, do I need to change my spec for this? And the answer is no, not really. You can change tactical advantage and things like that if you want to move faster. You might even want to change default instead of smoke screen. But I'm going to try and do as much of this guide as I can using just this one spec. That way I don't complicate things. Now this is the part where I am screwed if there's any ranged mobs. And there aren't. So that's great. Brilliant. That means I can move straight on the way to the good old Skeleton King, otherwise known as the Leech King. There he is. Click on him. Might want to wait until you got all your discipline back. That might take a while, because it regenerates 1 for 1 second unless you've got any special gear that increases its regeneration rate, which is unlikely. Also note that I've got 4 Nephilim Fallas, so that's going to increase the amount of drops that come from him. So we want to click on him. Probably takes about 12 to 13 seconds before he's active, up and about, so you can drop some traps. It's not going to hurt you, because they last about 30 seconds unless triggered. Now we'll do. And be ready to dodge anything. Keep your distance from him. And now he's teleporting to me. I am going to activate my smoke screen, because I don't want to get hit by it. Sometimes it takes a while before it goes off, so be aware of that. Only use it when you think you have to use it. That is smoke screen, of course. Now? He hasn't spawned any mobs yet. I'm surprised. Too busy trying to kill me by himself. You might want some mobs, mate.
I need more hatred.
You might want to get caltrops down as soon as the mobs are spawned, because that helps you kill them that much faster. Also be aware of the boss. Keep an eye on him. I might get killed there, I did realise, because I didn't save enough discipline for this fight. So that's my bad. Traps are down. Bad is out of hell. And we begin our fight. Bit of the old stutter step. Get you some extra damage. Hits on him.
My hatred is too low.
Put a trap on him either side, so he's bound to walk into it. Here come the ads. move away, put down a few nether tentacles for a laugh. Make sure you've got enough discipline so you can smoke screen that. Oh, what's that? You want to teleport to me? Oh no, I've got no... If he teleports to me again, I'm in a lot of trouble, so I might want to kill him. Might want to kill him right now. Because I've got like no discipline left. Whoa, that was a little close. That was a little close. I do get reckless with that discipline. Possibly not worth using it for traps, or only one trap at a time, where mobs are definitely all going to hit it, including the boss. Otherwise you really want it for smokescreen. That's alternatively why you can actually use... let me get around to it. Blah blah blah. Fault. That's it. Because it costs less discipline.
At last, the crater.
Smokescreen is pretty discipline heavy. Not a terrible bow, but not good enough to be honest.
So it was you.
I am.
That's great. Skip that. You can always watch it yourself, but I'm not too interested, so let's go sell some stuff, do a bit of repairing because I do like to die. So obviously a consequence of that is having to pay your repair bills. Back to the Cemetery of the Forsaken. Kill any pesky skeletons on the way. And we move on to the Fields of Misery. Now you don't want to spend too much time here because there's a lot of ranged mobs as well on this. Also make sure you're aware of the Savage Beast charge. If that charges you, you're one shot, just like everything else. It all kills you. So we're pretty much heading top left. Trees are annoying. Those little dog things are very annoying because they're very fast. Anything that's fast and can catch up with you on your demon hunter is a problem. Is that the Cathedral Den? It is.
The sword piece
Let's go in because it's part of the quest. Now be very careful of all the traps that you come across these areas. It's full of them, and they will pretty much one-shot you on Inferno as well. So you're bound to die several times to traps, believe me. You probably already have. Ooh, there's another trap. Traps are probably to the left, so we're going to avoid that. More ranged mobs. The impalers are nasty. They like to chuck spears.
Kill him!
Attacking through this area that I can't even see very slowly, just to see if I can aggravate any monsters. Probably another trap in a second.
You've been blinded by madness.
The damage is really good.
We must hurry with the ritual.
Obviously the issue with that damage is the fact that you're going to be super vulnerable in order to get that damage.
Just as
So you're going to die a lot,
the sword piece
like
is
me.
here.
Who are you?
Oh look, it's Magda. How you doing?
Very well. Let
So go back to your safe area and spam a bunch of nether tentacles. Why not? And now we can go back to town. And have a little word with Deckard Cain. Oh yes.
I have the sword. Magda's.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they
So
waged
now
a
we move
terrible
on to the
battle
Drowned
in the
Temple,
and that their ghosts still war
which
with
is all the way over here. I have to walk all the way over there?
You and I
Outrageous.
aren't so different.
I think this is the part where we meet the scoundrel, if I remember correctly.
I have no control over mine.
And also some mobs along the way. They all died very easily to my little tentacles.
And only when I was in grave danger. Something rises up from deep within me and...
You there, please.
I do like the scoundrel, but pretty much just for lore reasons and personality. Otherwise, I don't think he's as good as the Templar or the Enchantress when you're going around Inferno. I think they probably bring more
Don't worry about me.
practicality for your class.
You won't get away from us this time.
Need more time.
Oh, hello. What the hell killed me there? Looks like a ranged mob from a distance. That probably looked like a speck of grain on my screen. Yes. Get used to that. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun on Butcher. I'm just thinking of that. Trying not to think of that, but I've got to get through it with this gear and this 5,700 health, because you're probably in a similar situation, so I need to show you that it can be done. Even if it takes 17 hours to do it.
Here's the relic.
You wish to join me? Yes, yes. Wait, please.
Onwards we go.
Attack! Ah, there you are. But you made a true.
What the tomes say of Alaric and this temple is not encouraging. You must be Alaric.
It's not always easy to tell when you've got your bat out, especially in the darker areas. So just press R, which is mine for the bat, every now and then, just in case you're not sure. It's a one-off ability, only costs 10 discipline. Just don't do it when you really need that discipline, and you'll be fine.
A pall of ancient doom hangs upon these woods.
Now you might want to start putting down some traps, because these mobs don't like you very much. And they can be
Alaric's
pretty
people?
vicious, to be honest.
They have been twisted.
Uncle Deckard called these flying creatures death with wings.
Good try. If you're standing still for a long time, you might want to make sure there's traps underneath you, just in case any mobs teleport to you. They get caught by the traps straight away. Gives you a little clue. Oh, I really shouldn't cover this bit. And I'd probably suggest that you don't even bother with this memorial stone, but if you are absolutely determined to do it, then let's do it. But this is pretty darn bad for a demon hunter with like 5,000 health. Because you'll get killed very easily, and you'll probably have to do this several times. Nonetheless, here we go. I'm going to try and get past everything, but I can't because it's blocking my way. Brilliant.
Not enough discipline. Still waiting.
Hang on a second. One moment. Now, you didn't think I was going to get through an entire video without an interruption, did you? Okay, let's go back to this. I've got to remember what on earth was going on. Oh, that's right. I was getting attacked by everything. Oh. And I'm going to try and get some distance now, because some strong mobs are going to come very soon. Play this one safe, because I know this gets quite nasty in a moment. I might get to enjoy some mortar mobs. There it is. What is his ability? Vampiric, Plagued, oh, Waller of course, and I'm probably dead in seconds, because that wall isn't disappearing anytime soon. Wow. And Minion. Actually, that's a pretty good combination, as long as you can keep a really large distance. But they are really fast, so I'm actually going to probably get killed unless I can do another smoke screen. Oh dear. Almost got my preparation ready. Put down some traps, get some damage, smoke screens up. Kill that little bugger, please. Oh dear, this could go on for a while, unfortunately. You really want to get the main guy and not the minions, but I don't have much option. Okay. 2 interruptions. Let's go for 3. Oh, did you try to hit me? Let's go for the main guy if we can. Oh, brilliant. Oh, I'm going to have to go back on myself now and do it all over again. I'm getting very lucky with this preparation. So lucky that I just decided to recklessly use it again, even though that wasn't necessary. Kiting is the key, remember? Kiting is the key.
I got your back.
Right, now there's only the big guy left, and the question is where is he? Ah, there he is. How you doing? You right? Are you melee only?
Need more discipline.
Oh, what the? That was the longest range melee I've ever seen. Here I am over here. Here you are over there. Your animation was a kick, which went this far. But apparently, it's the kick of a champion that can go much, much further than what it looks like on the screen. Brilliant. I really like that. That's totally fair. Smoke screen through this. He's there. And he got all his HP back. He reset. But the good news is he doesn't have all those pesky minions that you have to go through. And the Templar is actually doing a good job of actually tanking him this time. What a world of difference that makes. I've got to be careful of his 20-yard range kick. I'm really paranoid about that now.
Is too low.
Get back! Can't get kicked by a 20-yard range skeleton. Oh, that was a lot of effort, wasn't it? I told you that event was a pain. It seems easy to begin with, but then you get that kind of mob that just
Are there any women in the order?
makes it that much more difficult
Shouldn't the
and
Templar welcome
irritating.
anyone who
So
wishes
skip
to
that
fight
if you
them?
want. It's up to
That
you.
is
Do you
a
want the experience?
fascinating idea. I
Really?
will mention it to the leaders.
Maybe you do. I only had to die once, I suppose. Now to get on with the main quest. And it's pretty easy because it should be very nearby. The quest entrance. Very nearby indeed. Any second now. Any second now. There we go. Those guys can do some sort of long range attack. That's instant, so smoke screen against them just to be safe. Oh look, some more special mobs. I'm going to assume that they've got annoying stuff like Waller. No, they haven't. They are actually quite reasonable for a demon hunter to deal with. My Templar just needs to sit there and actually tank him. Would be a nice treat.
Need more time.
Make sure you got your smoke screen ready to spam whenever possible because he's a ranged mob. Now that was a lot less effort, wasn't it? It all comes down to what type of affix that they are. And the affix basically means whether they're mortar or jailers or wallers or molten or plagued. All
Your
those
fear
sort of
betrays
things.
you.
Look at gear on the way at your own risk. Now we're going to head southish. Okay, just to the east. And that's relatively the right direction.
Do you want more?
This is amazing. It reminds me of being a child and searching for lost artifacts with Uncle Deckard.
Oh no, here we go again. Oh, the old waller, eh? Desecrator and fast. That's very tricky. At least the fast bit mainly. And the waller bit. Everything else ain't so bad. Oh, hello. I thought I had another smoke screen available. I did not. But is that going to stop me? No. Oh, hello. Whoa. And down he goes. It's always handy when you die right by the entrance. Not terrible, not good enough. At least not at this stage of the game.
Stop these things.
Because the auction house, you can pretty much get a lot of bargains now for a very cheap price, which is what all my gear was, less than 85,000 gold. For everything, including the temper. I know I mentioned that before, but I thought I'd say it again. Oh, hello there. Was that smoke screen? I think it was. Stop spawning mobs on me. We can do two things. Go to the waypoint. Probably is the quickest way though. Otherwise teleport and then go to the waypoint. Woo! I'm not going to do it quick enough. Okay, where was it I wanted to go? Drowned Temple, I believe.
The temple is open.
I cannot fault them for doing their duty.
Look at this architecture. This predates the Signor.
Stand fast! They advance no further!
None may enter the inner sanctum. Rise, my brothers! Rise and do battle!
Need more time.
Whoosh!
Yours you may enter our most sacred place.
The
Brilliant.
spirit speaks the truth.
The noble hero fought his way here.
You
And who? No.
What did she mean my mother will
She's
this fight?
Teleport back. Have a chat with the old stranger. Sell a load of rubbish.
On my latest dig.
We
You should take a look.
keep hold of the gems because you can always break them down. So they're pretty much worth it. In my opinion.
Wife, I don't see you undressing our fine.
I was thinking.
Don't hurt yourself.
I must go to Wortham.
Now this area, especially on Inferno, you're probably going to want to clear because you'll come across some difficult packs of mobs. The rare ones. And the special ones.
Witless cultists everywhere. What a surprise.
Clear down this way as well, just so you have 2 directions to go should you wish to kite.
The world is a safer place.
When the Church of the Zakarum sent me here, I
Zakarum,
assumed
Zakarum.
that my village would be simple and untroubled. To be honest, I was relieved.
Please! My family's hiding in the
Die.
chapel with the rest of the townsfolk. We must get to them.
Don't run off! You'll get yourself killed!
Fools! You. This is.
Now we stand back. Let the people do what they're going to do, which is spawn. Do some attacks from a distance. Maybe throw a few nether tentacles whilst you're at it. You can see how easy it is to kill things. It's just how easy is it to survive as a demon hunter. In an ideal situation like this where they're all melee and they're slow and you've got maximum distance apart from that guy not being melee, you almost got me there. It's relatively good. And now these are the nasty ones you want to look out for. Oh, they got extra health. Brilliant. That's just what I like to see. So this is why you clear lots and lots of space, so that you can kite.
I need more discipline.
What a monstrous
The
creature!
people in the chapel need my help. I'm going on ahead.
That's handy. She can just teleport where she wants to go. That's very handy. Why didn't you do that before?
The hilt of it.
I'm going back to Tristram to check on Uncle Deckard.
Now we just click on this and then go back to the old Deckard.
I should have known. I must get back to Cain's house.
You can always watch the cinematic when you go through this yourself. But I'm not too fussed. So back we go.
If only I
I'll
could.
be fine. I hope you will be as well.
Oh no. Oh, I hate the spider bit. Oh dear. The quicker you can get through the spider caves, the better. Luckily, you only have to do the 1 level until you come across the Queen. At least if I remember right. No quest here. That's a shame because it's the easiest quest in the game. Where you have to travel about 60 yards, give something to someone that's it, and then you got experience for it.
My queen sings to me. Her music. The air hangs heavy with the scent of terror. This does not bode well.
You really do need to be quite careful in these caves. As much as it pains me, I am going to try to play carefully. Because these spiders will screw you over. Yeah, look at that. Little bugger there. Didn't even see it. Little ninja. Did I get him? Come on, spiders. There you are. All ready to gank me. There you are.
I need more discipline.
What? Oh, we had fun. Looks like I found a dead end. Brilliant. Oh, look. Special mobs. And they reflect damage. Yeah. Well, you got two choices. You can try to survive that reflect damage with a smoke screen and potions, or you could try to get past those mobs. One way to do that is to kite the mobs to the entrance and then die. Although you kind of need all of them there. And then you can get past them. Wait until you got all of them with you and then get past them and smoke screen, or just kite them elsewhere on the map and then smoke screen away. But that's only one of them. So it looks like I might have to kite them all the way over here. How many have I got on me though? Oh, how many more spiders do you want? Probably going to die in a second. There we go. I'm hoping that's more than one of those spiders. Otherwise, we are going to have some fun trying to get past these gits. Because you don't really even want to bother trying to kill something that reflects damage, shields, jailer, and frozen. It's not a good combination. Don't waste your time on it unless you severely outgear it. It's not worth your effort, believe me. I'm not saying you can't kill them, it just isn't worth it. Will I get down here safely? Looks like I might just do that. Just go back and forth a little bit, just in case any spiders decide to spawn behind me. Because they love it. It's gonna happen. You wait and see.
Blades out!
You want to try and lay traps down in choke points so that you have the most likeliness of actually hitting an enemy with your traps. Hey, that was the part where I wanted the smoke screen but didn't. Unfortunately, it hasn't been at least 2 minutes. I think it's 2 to 5 minutes. If you survive that long, then your revive timer resets, but it looks like I didn't reach that long, so I guess I've got to wait. Whee! How we doing? Oh, that was a nice bit of lag there.
Revenge.
Bloody spiders. It's arguable, to be honest, that the Demon Hunter is the hardest class to level up in Inferno, so I do understand why a lot of you are having trouble. But we'll get through this together.
There, a worthy foe.
Oh, brilliant. What is he here?
I move.
Oh, was he reflect damage? Yeah, he's reflect damage, but he does die quickly. Quicker than the last one, so it's possible I could do him. Is it worth it? It might be if I have to go this way and I can't avoid him. Whew. You get some horrible affixes as a demon hunter. Horrible. There's very few affixes that are actually good for you to fight against as a demon hunter. Otherwise, everything pretty much destroys you.
Found some interesting things on my latest dig. You should take a look.
Oh, here we go. Okay, well, the way to do this is to simply smoke screen as they're going to take damage, so you don't take too much damage. Never Tentacles heals me as well, but as you can see, not enough, so I'm going to take a healing potion, spam down some stuff, back on some smoke screen, another smoke screen. Can't do it in time because I died so quickly. So we have a problem here. Yes, we do. It's either get lucky and kill them before they kill you, or do the similar strategy to what I did to the other mobs, which is kite them somewhere out of the way and then die, so you can get past them. So I think that's what I might have to do here, because that doesn't seem like a very fair fight to me. I really have never understood, ever since I saw it for the very first time, why reflect damage exists. It is totally unfair to a demon hunter. It is beyond unfair to a demon hunter. And other classes as well, but it's just, as you can see, ridiculous.
I'm still waiting.
That's only 2. Where's the third one? Did I kill one? If I did, I might be able to just walk on by. I could kill him. Do I want to risk another death though? Got to be really careful with doing too much damage to them, because I'm going to die otherwise. Like that. So it isn't worth it. Stop trying to do it. It's not worth it. Learn from me, folks. This is what this playthrough is for. Watch my pain. Watch my suffering. And do what I don't. I can't wait to get out of this caverns. I think this is possibly the hardest area in Act 1 after the Butcher, because it is just ridiculous for a demon hunter. Everything just comes out of anywhere and pretty much insta-gives you. And apparently every spider special mob has reflect damage, which is great. An affix that completely and utterly counters my class. Brilliant. That's what I like to see. Come here. Nice try. But we're gonna walk on by. See you later. Now I just got to deal with all the annoying mobs that are going to spawn out of nowhere here.
your battle.
I did see that at the last second, and yes, I did press smoke screen, and no, it didn't work. And yes, I have got a very long revival time. And yes, I'm going to have to run back all the way from the entrance. And yes, I will probably come across those annoying rare mobs once again.
A mighty adversary is before us.
There we go. Could just leave the Templar on him to kill him. I shouldn't really be playing this whilst lying down, but I am. This is it.
My mistress has accepted me.
Loving appears to be a relative term here.
This is it. No, Mr. Spiderling, you're not going to kill me before I get here. Finally. Now we can wipe on the big spider instead of the little ones.
It's horrible. She sucks the innards from her victims. Oh, no.
She's generally going to spawn here.
I hear her. The spider
We're
queen
going to
is
get some
coming.
traps down.
Spider Queen.
Ready for her to spawn. Oh, whoa! Was that a fast attack? She just came right at me. I think this is more of a let's play, isn't it, rather than a playthrough? Because I'm experiencing a lot of this almost for the first time. Because it's been so long since I last did this properly. I think I'm in trouble. Sugar. I've got no way to get out. I need my discipline. Woo!
Discipline.
Where's this discipline I've been hearing about? Whee! That was a bit scary, wasn't it? Blimey, that is a lot of items. What on earth is going on there? It's almost like I've done it for the first time. Arguably, I might have. Because I've done quite a lot of team play as well in Inferno, so I can't remember if I've ended up not doing this in solo.
I don't like the way that scoundrel looks at Leah. Oh, he's harmless. Mostly.
I'll be.
It was terrible.
I seek a map.
The coven. I'm not. You can find.
These lands once belonged to the crown.
Let's play, playthrough. What's the strict difference, do you think? I kind of... Oh, look, nice rainbow there. I kind of see Let's Play as more of a casual version. Playthrough seems a more guided version, which is essentially what this is supposed to be, but this has ended up being more of a playthrough because I've ended up having more crazy fun with it rather than strictly playing how I should be playing. And the main idea of this playthrough, or Let's Play, however you want to say it, is essentially to show you that Act 1 can be done, even by someone like me. So there is hope. Gotta find the Khazra staff. Where are you, Khazra staff? Where are you? Oh, hello. Illusionist, molten, nightmarish, and fire chains. Just don't get trapped by these guys. Or charged. Woo! Wasn't sure how far he was going to go with that. Oh well, that was that, and I went and charged into some molten mobs. Yes, not the best idea. I already mentioned that it's not a good idea, but that didn't stop me from doing it now, did it? Where are you going? If you do come across treasure pygmies, it does help to actually have cleared the area before you start attacking them. But you've also got to bear in mind that if your follower sees them, they tend to like auto attack them, so you need to keep your follower away from the treasure pygmies if you can help it. Ooh, spear throwers. Oh, I don't want to go in that poison, thank you very much. What's this? Mortar? Oh, a special mob, is it? Hello. What did I get hit by? Was it electricity or was it the ranged spear throw? I guess we'll never know. That's a long distance to go. I do feel like this is a Let's Play. Post a comment. What do you think? Let's Play or playthrough? Playthrough is a nicer, stronger, solid word than Let's Play. But I don't feel it fits what this video is representing right now. Not when compared to Let's Play. Now, where was I? That's not where I was.
I'm still waiting. That was just a taste.
Ooh, hello, Mr. Tree. Is your poison run out yet? Has it?
Though New Tristram and the fields surrounding it have been resettled over the years, the Highlands remain empty save for the crumbling ruins of Leoric's old outposts. The king built more than one watchtower in his paranoia, but now they cannot even ward away goatmen and wild beasts. A tragedy, really.
Oh, I had a little spike there. I didn't move back fast enough, and now they're all going to respawn. Oh, what a pain. What a pain. It's times like this where you can actually just go back to town. I'll show you a little trick. you'll need to select these spells basically if you want to do this. Don't need to go too all out. What have I spec? Might want to pause the video just to have a quick look. Tumble, hot pursuit, tactical advantage, and perfectionist. And you do this. Oh, and you move really fast. All the way through. Back to where you were. Is it quicker than teleporting? In certain circumstances, yes. It depends how far you've got to travel. And then we go back to town. Because I'm roughly where I was. And change those abilities back. And hey presto, there you go. The reason why you go back to town to change your abilities is because there's no cooldown when you do it. If you try and change your abilities when you're not in town, yes, it's going to take a long time.
Your fear betrays you.
A worthy opponent.
Is that a tree? Is that another tree? I think it is. I don't like attacking mobs that are underneath me because I can't see the ranged attacks until they're pretty much on top of me. So it's either have them at the side of you or at the top of your screen. It's much easier. Oh, you sneaky bugger. I saw that spear come out. I was just watching it go into me and I didn't react in time. I reacted to watching the spear. I didn't react to pressing a button. I can't actually be asked to go back to town and change my spec again. Again, that's another feature. Can you be bothered? Can you be bothered? Was that worth my effort? Arguably not. Let's see what this two-hand sword has to say for itself. Yeah, that wasn't worth it.
Cultists and goatmen, both are senseless as beasts.
I wouldn't say that when that guy's around. You might get upset. This looks like a special area zone. Let's have a little look. AKA an event. It is.
Power sleeps in Give it here. Give me power. I get life. You get death. I share my fate with you.
Your fate is your own, beast.
It's not pinging on the mini-map. There it is. But if you look on the map, you can see it pinging on the map earlier than you can see it pinging on the mini-map.
bleed, you filth!
Let's go back to town and sell all of this.
Found some interesting things on my latest dig. You should take a look.
And I will be back in a moment. And here I am. Let's have a look. Okay. Back we go. To the next ping on the map. Oh, you got to be so careful up here. There's loads of traps and loads of mobs. A lot of ways to die up here. A lot of ways to die. So I really urge you to be very careful when treading through here. Ready for traps like that. Anything. Might want to test whether you can attack mobs from certain areas. Oh, you bloody traps. Stop that. Any extra kills you can get would be nice from a distance.
Nothing more than a...
You also got to be careful with the spear throwers from up there as well, getting you. This is just particularly nasty, this little area here. Ooh. Don't forget to pick up health glows because it heals your Templar. You don't have to worry about it so much because you can't even take any damage. I know I should have smoke screened there. Didn't see the spear, but I saw his throat animation. Because the spear was blocked by everything else that was going on. Luckily I have a checkpoint here, so I don't have to travel all the way from the start again. Which is a nice treat. There's another trap. Attack anything that you can see and hit, basically. That is obviously the general rule, but more so here. What is with these traps? Now we just basically get ganked by those mobs. I was actually going to say sorry. Oh, hello. That was a nice long-ranged attack again. You like doing that, don't you? Wow, he really wants to chase me down, doesn't he? Oh my god.
Still waiting.
Hello, that went down and then killed me afterwards. That was a bit odd. Hello. Oh.
Not ready yet.
What? They're going to regenerate all their health, aren't they? Are they? Aren't they? Yay, they are. Oh dear. I need a proper setup. I need everything cleared. Traps and all that crap. Oh great, they got Vortex as well. Why not? I actually can't get any distance away from this guy. What? I died here! Teleported me back because of lag. That wasn't Vortex, and if it was, then there was no animation to it. Oh, I feel like I may as well skip these. They're totally killable. It's just, are they worth it? This is the question you have to ask yourself. Is it worth it? The answer is no. There goes the pygmy getting ganked by the Templar the split second he can. Luckily the damage is through the roof, so he gets killed without any effort. You might want to look out for pieces of gear that you can replace for yourself and also your Templar. At the moment I have not reached that piece of gear yet.
To me, you beast!
I knew an arrow was going to come down there as well. That's the sort of BS you have to deal with as a demon hunter. Is I can't see anything at the top of this screen, but attacks come from it and one-shot me, which is great. I can attack you from range as well. Remember, you can hit very far away, more than your screen's worth at least. So if you really want to attack from off the screen, then you can do it quite comfortably, especially with Hunger and Arrow, because it basically homes in if it pierces, if it procs pierce, and that will help to guide it towards its enemies. Oh, the old poison plants, yeah. I've stopped paying attention a long time ago. Oh. Time to teleport back.
Got a right good bunch of things for you this fine day.
Are these wallers? I get the feeling they're going to be wallers. No, not quite. This is a really good spot to do these. Even though they've got all the extra health. Want to make the most of this. Let's go back and do it all over again.
We have done it.
The haunted manor. Of course they'd be drawn here.
Careful in this bit, because you're going to get ganked by everything up here.
Your fear betrays you.
Oh, I didn't realise they had some of you. The old charge and kill mobs. Very nasty for the Demon Hunter. Probably the hardest mobs to come across. Especially in Act 4 when you have to deal with the corrupted angels that charge you from across the screen, that you can't even see them and insta-give you. They're the best. Oh, hello there. I actually did see him coming and I was ready to press my smoke screen, but I guess I wasn't paying attention and didn't actually have the discipline for it. And since when is there some minion mob suddenly come out of nowhere? Where did these come from?
Need more time.
Oh, you nasty piece of work. Molten. And teleport. I need to attack him quickly. Well, you're going to get all your health back, aren't you? Yes, you are.
He's unstoppable. No mortal could slaughter our brethren with such ease.
Then he is here.
Shut up. Still waiting.
Ranged mobs. My weakness, unless I'm moving away from them. Which I wasn't. I got lazy and I just wanted to stand there and attack, and that wasn't good enough. No, it wasn't. Can't see past the wall. Gotta be careful where you aim the shadow tentacles as well. Never tentacles, because sometimes they just hit the wall and won't go any further. And they won't reach the mobs that way. Even though you feel like you're aiming them towards the mobs.
Show them.
Right, we're on the last third of this act, I'd say. Heading towards the butcher, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Evil wears no disguises here.
I should sit back up, so I'm going to do that.
losing strength.
But it is clunky, the nether tentacles. Even though I'm changing the aim of it, it doesn't really change its direction from where it's firing upon.
I am renewed.
Until a few seconds afterwards. Even though I've moved the mouse and I'm holding down the button. You kind of got to let go of the button and start again. Like that. Even then it's still a bit clunky.
The light grows.
Still, it is very, 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 very good DPS for its cost. Nether tentacles. And I'm not hitting anything there, am I?
Bring him to me that I may rend the flesh from his
Oh,
bones.
hello. Go on, Templar. You can go there and fight them. Don't be shy. Thought you'd get me there, didn't you? You might want to hold on to magic finding items as well. For later on when you need them. Or they sell for quite a lot on the auction house. Oh, I shouldn't have gone there.
I'm still waiting.
Got a brilliant ability though, ball lightning. Or rather nether tentacles. And elemental arrows. It's very good for this little section. That's a nice charge. I didn't actually hit him. And that should have hit him. Why isn't that hitting him? There we go.
Evil wears no disguises here.
Oh, I've gone too far. I'm gonna have to keep going. Let's just run for it. Looks like I can do that quite easily, actually.
Fools. I will make an example of Dargon, that traitorous cur. Help me hunt him and I will sail to you instead of those zealots.
You can lay down traps as you're attacking, by the way.
Master, help me. The crazed weapon maker wants my head.
What are these? Maulers? No? Okay, that's alright. They're doable, to be honest. I knew I should have pressed the smoke screen. I got greedy. That was pure greed there. Pure greed. I wanted to get a couple of extra shots out. Nice dodge.
Now the dark...
Thank you for helping me fight the darkness. To contend with evil is the essence of what it means to be a Templar. So long as
This bit can be done relatively quickly, provided you get a little lucky. You might just want to skip past a whole load of mobs here, if you can. You might even want to change your spec, just specifically to do it, for extra movement speed. But I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to try and plow through with this spec. It's not the normal spec I would use. It is now though, because it's very good. I'm going to get that pygmy. Oh no, I'm not. He's going to get away. Unless I've already got him targeted now. And that's it, he's dead. As long as you start left clicking on the mob before they go, you can still hit them even though they go off screen, as long as you're holding down left mouse button. Doesn't quite work for the other Demon Hunter abilities when it comes to right mouse button. His secondary abilities, such as Elemental Arrow, you need to kind of aim those. At least it seems that way. Looks like I am going to have to clear out this area. I'm not going to get lucky and come across a bunch of imprisoned angels that I can easily free. There's one though.
At long last, freedom. What? Who dares?
Oh, all those arrows coming at me.
My gods! There is someone amongst us. Deal with him harsh!
Still waiting.
Freedom after so long. Freedom!
I am losing strength.
Oh, hello. Just survived one hit. That's the first time I survived a hit, and then obviously I couldn't get out of it again because I just got one shot by the other guy because I didn't have enough discipline to survive.
By all that is holy, do you see that enemy?
Not another one. I was getting the feeling he's going to be reflect damage, but it doesn't look like it. He's Waller. I miss these so much.
Still waiting.
Oh, come on! I got away from that. It's been just the damage over time from the desecration, even though I was outside of it. So unless it applies a little dot damage over time ticking on you, even when you've escaped. Wow, he's a tough one, isn't he?
A worthy opponent.
The right to wear a crown is granted by the light. It requires the darkness of a corrupted heart to lose it.
Nope.
Freedom. At long.
Thank you, champion. My servants are now free, but the curse over this place remains.
So, what do? I guess we kill the warden. Should be pretty easy with the ability that I have. AKA... that's not... that is pretty bad. Still. Elemental arrow.
Am I alone here? Must I do this myself? So be it. Face me and repent your crimes.
This screen needs to be a bit more see-through so you can actually get a glimpse of anything that's coming straight at you.
Darkness awaits you.
My lord, the prisoner is ready, as you requested.
Thank you.
Chop her head off.
time of my lord's true awakening is at hand. That fool, Leoric, was only able to resist him because he did not yet possess his full power. With the Queen dispatched as a traitor, I may now devote myself fully to preparing the boy for the presence of my master.
Mighty adversary is before us.
Oh, I think I have one more smoke screen left. Just about enough to survive. Oh, I didn't see him. I was too busy looking at my inventory. So I survived all those special champion packs and then got killed by some measly lower minion.
Still waiting.
Oh, hello! Teleported with the chain links ahead of me. Well, that was an instant death. So unless I already pre-cast smokescreen, I wasn't going to survive that. That's a bit cheeky. Definitely need to kite them.
Still waiting.
I don't know. Hey, Mr. Lag. Bringing me back there. That's not playing fair. Don't bother picking up whites or greys, because they just ain't worth it. I got no discipline.
We have done it.
More like I have.
Do you want more?
bleed, you filth!
It's very rarely ever down that way. But I don't have much choice unless I go down that way, which I'm going to do. Huh. I thought he used his charge there just to get out. But it makes sense. Oh, come on. It makes sense. Because you can only charge onto mobs. So there had to be a mob there. I reckon that is the right way. Even scared of these little grates. You might want to fire off an arrow every now and then just to be safe when going down long corridors where you can't even really see where you're going. Yeah, it is down here. Alright then, let's do this. Let's do it in one go, shall we? That's not going to happen. To get rid of all my stuff.
I worked my hands to the bone to bring you these fine goods.
Okay, so I am going to use this spec and see if I can do it. Although I might want to change sharpshooter with a tactical advantage. I almost definitely do want to. But it'd be nice to see if I could just insta-kill the boss. Because that's really the key here, is just to kill him before he kills you. And I'm going to go with this spec. For the moment. Let's see how we get on. Make sure I got Mr. Bat out.
If only this dark place had been destroyed along with its ruler.
Leah must be back.
I hunger.
Come on, keep tanking him, Mr. Templar. Oh.
I eat your flesh.
Oh, come on. Ah, you sneaky bugger. I should have seen that coming. I really should have seen that coming. Apologies, otherwise that was a sure kill. That was a sure kill. I just got slowed down by the fire and concentrating on that, and I forgot about him doing his chains after charging. Right, well, there we go. Let's kill him.
Leah must be back.
Come on, Templar, go and tank him. That's your job. He just runs by me the entire time. Look! Attack him, for God's sake! Do we need to make this harder than it needs to be? Attack him, 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 attack him. Attack him. Maybe attack him. You could probably attack him. Am I going to get chained? No, I'm not. Oh, where's this fire? Come on. Uh-oh. I'm dead. Good old fiery procs there. That was unlucky. I know that the fire comes up and it's an enrage timer, but that was unlucky. It wasn't ready yet to enrage quite properly. I definitely got screwed up. All I needed to do was have one plate that didn't go on fire there, and it was a sure kill.
Leah must be back.
Oh, here's hoping my Templar does something. Oh, hello. Hello. Every time he... Oh, right. Did he kill the Templar? Because every other time he's done that chain attack, he's always caught the Templar with it. So that's something you got to keep an eye on. Is he one-shot the Templar and then did the chain attack afterwards? So I got hit by the chain attack. Very sneaky. Very sneaky indeed. Maybe not. Oh, I hate it when this Templar is following me. He's absolutely useless here. He's not even attacking him and he's that close. How much closer do you need to be to the boss? I'm just looking at him. So painful to watch someone just standing there. Am I dead? I've got no discipline. Now I've got it, but I'm going to die in a second. Oh, yes I am. Oh, because preparation wasn't ready and that Templar wasn't doing a single damn thing. Were you, Mr. Templar? Hello, Mr. Templar. Oh, I want you 5 feet away from the boss. Do you want to just stare at him whilst I attack? That's great. Well done. Brilliant job, Mr. Templar. Fucking useless. I'm actually going to run into the boss here, just to provoke the Templar into attacking him more. And now he's run all the way back to me, instead of staying on the boss. And he's just staring at me. That is no use to me whatsoever. He's right there. Do something. Now this is the part where I get screwed over by fire, is it?
I'm wounded.
I don't care if you're wounded. Do something other than uselessness. There we go. Now that should have happened on even the first try. Probably the second try, but yeah, a bit nasty. But obviously the guide will cover how to do that a bit more effortlessly. I'm going to play around with this a few more times to try and find a really clear direction on where to go right from the start. For example, head straight down and then to this corner here, and maybe that provokes him into charging you like 75% of the time. If that's the case, then you got a clear guide on where to go from there to the other side of the corner. Yeah, it could work. But yeah, let's continue. Let's butcher down. Wasn't too bad. I suppose that was about 5 minutes work. The first time I did him on Inferno, it was about an hour and a half. So that goes to show you, the only thing that's changed is my experience. And to be fair with you, I haven't done Act 1 in a long time. Like a few days long time, which is quite a long time in a Diablo 3, considering the game hasn't been out long. So I haven't refreshed my memory on a lot of the mobs and what it is they do. So when I do the guide for this, I will be covering it nice and distinctly and clearly after my experiences here. So I'm glad everything that has happened here has happened. I've died the amount of times I have done. I've had those experiences. Because now I know how to deal with them better. And I can guide you into how to deal with them better as well. And get past this damn stage.
I was the embodiment of justice.
Justice has been served. Let's go finish this off then, shall we?
Time grows short, my.
Well then.
My friend, shall we depart to Chaldea?
Let's not worry about the cinematics. You can do that, and that's Act 1. Done and done. So, this has been Witty with a playthrough or let's play of Act 1 on Inferno difficulty with the Demon Hunter. It was a bit rocky, it was a bit up and down like a roller coaster, but I got there in the end, and like I say, if I can do it then you can too. Just pretty much do a lot of the things that don't do a lot of the things that I did do here actually. Let me rephrase that, how I was going to say it, because as you can see I played very recklessly and I paid the price. So in my guide I'm going to show you how to play a lot more carefully. Pretty much how I don't play, which is the irony. But I can play that way, it's just generally I don't. And if you do want to get through Act 1, then really you want to be careful. Once you get past it, you can be as reckless as you like and you can go at it and have fun. But I imagine quite a few of you might be stressed out with Act 1 and just want to get past it. So the guide will cover on how to do that as efficiently and as effortlessly as possible. I say effortlessly. I mean in the sense of less stress, really. You don't want to be dying over and over, so the guide's going to show you how to do things properly. I'll give you a little hint. What I should have been doing is, say for example mobs over here, is get his attention with this. Once those hit him, drop down some traps and simply run back. He runs into the trap and then you fire off more of these and he's pretty much definitely dead. And that works very well for any champion mobs or rare mobs. Obviously they take a bit longer to kill, you have to do that for a bit longer, but it's the same sort of theory. You fire off a few shots first, they're slow moving, drop your traps. You can drop your traps as you're doing it. You can see I'm doing it right now. And then move back, fire, stutter step, stutter step. And then, yeah. The guide will cover all these little things like this that will help you. I must admit I didn't play it as I should have done this game. I really wanted to play properly all the way through, but watch my Warcraft 3 games, you'll see. I do love to just play recklessly. It is my greatest strength and my greatest weakness. All rolled into one nice neat package. So I am going to sign this off now. So thank you very much for watching. There's my skills, there's my gear, there's my Templar. And that's that pretty much covered. So yes, this has been Witty. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, like and comment.